Contemporary American artist Mitch Gibbs found his calling early in life. After graduating from high school in York, Pennsylvania, he knew he didn't want to go to college and was uncertain about what direction to take. With a little help from his dad, Mitch turned to art and has distinguished himself in the years since. His paintings today hang in the collections of three ex-presidents, Bill Clinton, George Bush, and Jimmy Carter. Mitch is now the artist in residence at the beautiful Ritz-Carlton Club in St. Thomas.
When I got out of high school, I went to art school. I took a summer course at art school. I had no plans for college. I had no idea what I was going to do. And my father had gotten me a summer course, said, take a course, I'll pay for it if you like it, to see if you like it. So I had not applied to any colleges. So when I had a chance to go back to that art school, they accepted me. I wasn't very good. I was real average.
What art school?
It was the York Academy of Arts. I'm from York, Pennsylvania. So I went to a hometown school, basically. My graduating fine arts class was 14 people. So the odds were stacked against me from the very beginning. But I took the class. The first year, my freshman year, I was really disappointed with how I did. But I got a job drawing portraits at the boardwalk in the summer. And I wasn't very good, but I must have drawn 1,000 portraits that summer. So by the time I got back to school, I had been drawing all summer. I went from bottom feeder to at least top 10%, and then I just really got into it. I got a job as a janitor at the school, and they gave me a key. I could go in and work whenever I wanted to. So I was like a 24/7 guy.
Enjoying it for the fun of it?
Oh, I loved it, yeah. And I had something to grip onto. I mean, I had no traction at all coming out of high school. And to have a direction just meant so much.
And has that been your thing ever since?
That's all I've ever done. I got that job drawing portraits my freshman year of art school. I started my own business drawing portraits after that. And so for the first 10 years, I could always rely on making money drawing portraits. Then I did it so much that I got tendonitis in my shoulder because we were taught to paint arm's length. And yeah, I played tennis too, so I blew out my shoulder, couldn't draw portraits anymore. Started doing watercolors down in front of me. And the beauty of that is I was charging $6.95 for a 20-minute portrait. I figured if I could do a watercolor, I could make one worth $6.95. So I started going to these shows, and I was selling very inexpensive original watercolors.
So you started doing portraits.
Correct.
You're still doing portraits, or what's your preferred?
No, I don't do any portraits at all anymore.
How come?
Ego. You can do a beautiful portrait and still not satisfy a customer. And I got to the point where my prices were getting pretty good, and the people became more and more difficult. And now I would do a portrait of an elderly man, and that would be about it.
Why
or
that?
A dog or a cat.
Why? Why just that?
They're not so caught up in the ego. You know, it's just more. If it looks like me, great, he hit it. You know, whatever. So yeah, I'm very sensitive about doing portraits now. I don't care to do them very much. And I like to put people in paintings, and I love painting figures and suggesting faces, but I don't really like to get in there and do like a pinpoint accurate
So
portrait.
you like to do landscapes?
Yeah, I love landscape, seascape, just the beauty here. But one of my strengths and one of my favorite things to paint is street scenes, just people hanging out in the street. Yeah, I just love the colors, the textures, just a vibrant.
Now you had that one painting that was hanging in the room.
Yeah, that's a street scene down in Dominica. Yeah, to me, it's just, I just love the culture. I love the vibrant colors, the textures. It's exciting.
That's a beautiful.
That's my favorite piece. That's probably my best to date.
Yeah. So how'd you come here?
I spent 4 months in Puerto Rico, and I lived in Condado, and I wasn't very happy there at all. I didn't really like it. It was too loud, it was too noisy, it was too urban. So the last 2 weeks of that trip, I went to St. John, went to Cinnamon Bay, and I fell in love with cinnamon. So every winter after that, I went to St. John. And then after 3 years of that, I came over here to St. Thomas. A little more to do over here.
And how long have you been here?
1985 was my first year. So
Been here a while.
I've been here a while.
This feels like this is home.
This is home. My kids go to Montessori school, and they're going to grow up here.
So what would you be doing for us?
On property, I have a couple different things I'm going to be doing. One thing I'm going to offer a class, which is kind of unusual for me. And then the other thing will be demonstrations on a daily basis. And then during the afternoon, I'll come down onto the property and just paint, have a little display. Just be your artist in residence.
Tell me about the classes. How will that work?
Well, I'm just trying to formulate it now, but I think what I'll do is I'll have a 10:30 class when people show up in the lobby, and then we'll walk somewhere on property. Someone will pick a subject, and I will assist everyone in painting that subject.
Now, I assume that your paintings are for sale.
They're all for sale, yep. I have paintings, prints, chiclets, lithographs. I've been doing this my whole life.
Can somebody commission a painting from you to do a certain thing?
It would depend on what it is that they're interested in. If it's something that I can put my heart and soul into painting, I would say sure. I don't want to do a contrived thing that my heart's not into, because I won't do a good job. So I want to do, if it's a heartfelt, I love kids. And if I can go out and get some pictures of the kids playing under the umbrellas, on the rafts, whatever, and if it hits me, I'll paint it. And that would be a fun commission.
And what if somebody were to come to you with a photograph of their kids on the beach? Would that be doable?
Would depend on the photograph. I'd almost prefer to take my own, if everyone's here, if the family's here, and take hundreds, and then go through that with the parents, and we pick the ones. What I just want to stay away from is like a little sit-down portrait type of thing. I want the kids diving into the pool. I want the kids running on the beach, digging the sandcastles. Fun stuff, real life.